Today you will learn how to write an equation to model the data and interpret a model. And this is an EOC question. So make sure that you write the E word EOC and write today's date and write 5.6 and 5.7 and the title Predict the Linear Models. I am combining 5.6 and 5.7 together in one video. The question is asking you to describe the correlations. Tell whether X and Y show a positive correlation, a negative correlation, or relatively no correlation. Now, when they're talking about correlation, think about the way the line slopes up. So if you're looking at question number 3, look at all the cluster of points. The points start from here and you see a cluster here. So if I were to put a line from here and from here, it covers the majority of the points between this. So that means look at the way it is sloping up, and this will be a positive slope. So question number 3, the answer is positive correlation. Now look at question number 4. Look at the way the points are scattered out. The points are scattered from here to here to here to here to here, and there is not one specific way the points are going. So that means this question number 4, the answer will be there is no correlation. Look at question number 5. Look at the way the points are clustered together. The points are all together, and if I were to put a line, I'll put a line from here to here and another line from here to here, catching the majority points in between, and the majority points fall in this range, and look at the way it slopes. All the points are going to be sloping down. So that means this will be a negative correlation. Remember the negative slope, and that is kind of like a connection for you guys to remember. Negative correlation. And for a positive correlation, you also have to understand as X value increases, Y value increases. So that is another thing you need to remember. So X increases and Y also increases. The Y value also increases. Now this one, there is no correlation, there is nothing to talk about, you cannot make any connection. Now look at the negative correlation. So as you go up the x-axis, so as x increases, look at all the y values. The y values keep dropping down. So the y in this case decreases. Or if you want just a simple way to get the answer, think the way it is going to be sloping up or sloping down. Now question number 8. Mark that as an EOC question and make sure that you are writing this question down. Which equation best models the data in the scatter plot? The scatter plot is a graph where you have the majority points and they are not connected together, they're just giving you a bunch of points. So to find the equation, which is what they are asking you, the best scenario in this case is you can work from the question to the answer, or you can work this one. So my advice to you is to catch the majority points in a line. So I'm going to catch this with this, with this, with this, to this. So catching the majority points. If I catch this point, and this point, it's only going to fall within 3. If I catch this point, it's only going to be 1. It's going to be 1. So draw a line through the majority of the points. So once you draw a line through the majority of the points, number 1, you got to understand that the slope is going to be negative. So the slope m will be negative. That is one way to remember it. Now, if you remember y equals mx plus b, and look at all the answer choices, y equals mx plus b, 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 and look at the slope, and the slope is negative, and look at the answer choices. This is a positive slope, and if you take it as a 1, since there is no number, you take it as a negative 1x and a negative 1x. Now your slope in this case is negative 1, negative 1, positive 1, positive 1. Now remember the way the line slopes down. It is negative, so I'm going to cross out B and D out of my choice. Now look at A and C. So negative 1x minus 6, negative 1x plus 8. Now this B is my y-intercept. And remember, for my y-intercept to be a negative 6, my x must be a 0. So I'm looking at the graph for a point 0, negative 6. So I'm looking at 0 and negative 6 and I do not see a point. So at this point, I'm going to eliminate A. Now look at answer choice C. Now I have positive 8. So my y-intercept is going to be a positive 8. So positive 8 is only possible when my x is a 0. So 0, 8. So they are skip counting by 2's. 2, 4, 6, 8, 0, 8. This is my y-intercept. So my y-intercept B is 8, and the point in this case is 0, 8, and which is what I have it over here. So that is why C will be the correct answer. Please pause the video, understand this completely, and you will absolutely get a question on your EOC, something like this. Question number 23. Pause the video, read the question, understand the question, and begin. So an athlete is training for a 200-meter race. The graph shows the athlete's best finish in seconds during a week of practice as a function of the number of weeks the athlete has practiced. What is the range of the function? Underline this. What is the range of the function? The range, remember, domain is all your x values and your range is all the y values. So if I look at these points, what I am going to do is I'm going to list them. I'm going to list them 1, 26.32, 2, 26.00, 3, 26.05, 4, 25.96. And if I put a line in the middle and make it look like a table, so this is my x value, this is my y value. The first one is my x, the second one is my y. And remember, the range is all the y values, so obviously it is going to be this, 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 and this. So I'm looking at the answer choices, which in this case is going to be 26.32, 26.00, 26.05, 25.96, and the answer in this case is G.